Two straight days of you and I talking twists and turns in Ralph Scott's recruitment here, Dion. Before the weekend, we gave you some intel from Purdue's visit, and that sources around the recruitment on the Purdue side felt very good about their chances and that they had sort of entered the realm of possibility of landing Ralph Scott. Well, over the weekend, something else happened with Ralph. He has canceled his visit to Syracuse. Syracuse was still on the list. They were very much in consideration prior to him going to Mackey Arena and his trip to Purdue in the middle of the week last week. Well, now they're not. They're gone. And Ralph Scott is down to four schools per Sam Kaiser at Kaiser Hoops. The four schools of choice for Ralph Scott are Purdue, Tennessee, Houston, and Texas A&M. He will make a decision from one of those final four. It would be easy to interpret this development as a positive for Purdue. You could interpret it as a positive for all of the schools in his Final Four that he's canceling visits elsewhere. However, the nature of the timing of the midweek Purdue visit last week turned, yep, I don't need to see Syracuse, could also absolutely be a sign of things to come, that maybe a decision is here in short order and a very positive sign of Purdue's chances. I'll just kind of start with that to you. Do you think I'm overreading this? That this is more Purdue friendly than it is the rest of his Final Four friendly?
I definitely think it's more Purdue friendly because he canceled all of these visits while essentially on a Purdue visit, right?
The Syracuse visit was canceled directly after his Purdue visit ended.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a surefire sign of like where he's leaning, right? Like he clearly has an interest in Purdue, what Purdue's bringing to the table, and he wants to and he canceled some other visits because of that. And quite frankly, man, does the Branham commitment you think have anything to do with like did Branham commit because he knows where Ralph Scott's going?
I don't think so because positionally so different. Chase Branham, the Indiana commit, just point guard, different than Ralph Scott in theory. I would say this. There's a different recruit in this class that I think they could be trying to beat each other to the mix for. So Ralph Scott has Tennessee and Purdue in his Final Four. Houston is also a heavy option here, right? It's Houston. However, Tennessee is also trying to get Bo Ogden, who is a wing that Purdue has prioritized. So I do think both Purdue and Tennessee would only take one of Bo Ogden or Ralph Scott. I think those are kind of like one spot here for each, beat each other to the punch. All I would say, Bo Ogden, I feel like has been recruited forever. Bo Ogden's been an option for forever. He's still going on visits. I think he just visited Tennessee. There's nothing wrong with that. He could still end up at Purdue. I don't know. Ralph Scott's recruitment has been so quick with Purdue. He got offered 12 days ago, Dion. Matt Painter offered him 12 days ago. He moved up a visit into the middle of the week 8 days later, and now he's canceling visits to Syracuse. Sorry, we talk about the domino effect. That's a domino effect. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some other school is going to come over the top with a big NIL offer late to get this kid. But I take this as a pretty direct, oh shit, things are moving and they could be moving toward Purdue here.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think they are. Like, I always believe there's a correlation between canceled visits and the ones that you're either currently on or finishing up. Clearly, he had a great visit to Purdue. Purdue fans have every reason to believe he had a great visit, and canceling visits like signifies that. This is a really good recruit. Payne's moving different, man. I don't think he's getting Cameron Williams, but it's really hard to completely count him out of anything at the moment because Payne is clearly moving at a different level. Um, and who doesn't want to play with Omer Meyer too?
Yeah, they have a pretty easy pitch on like what you're stepping into to play with. What'd you say on a different video earlier today? You said basically Paint's moving like he's been the number one guy this cycle. Is that your view?
Yeah, in my opinion, he like if Payne is involved in a recruitment, he's like the number one coach I don't want to have to compete against at the moment. His everything about the Purdue program, the sales pitch, everything, like I'm completely personally bought into it. I think you're returning a really good roster led by Omer Meyer and Daniel Jacobson, two NBA guys, in my opinion, that you're returning. That's a great sales pitch for other freshmen. It's going to be an even better sales pitch for guys in the portal. Um, I just think the way he's setting his team up, not only to attack high school recruiting, but then subsequently attack the portal, everything's turning up Payne at the moment.
Imagine saying that a full calendar year ago also. Matt Painter's the most feared man on the recruiting trail right now. Like we would have laughed you off of the Zoom call, I feel like. It's crazy. But
It's crazy. It's crazy. And you know what, too? I think Purdue has a lot more NIL money than any of us realize, also.
possible for sure. I don't think they're hurting financially in any way right now. Poor Syracuse. Did Syracuse really have to get the ricochet shot here, man? Like, that they used to be a once proud program, not anymore.
Free Melo. That's all I'm gonna say. I think until Carmelo Anthony is their GM and or head basketball coach, I don't think it's gonna work for Syracuse. Free Melo.
Is
Or stay
was
Melo.
Guy gonna host Ralph Scott on his official visit to Syracuse? Like, do you think Guy's weekend is free now?
Syracuse has gone down a cliff since Guy committed, by the way. Like football team was like up and up. Hoop team, we got Kai on. Guy commits. Football team stinks somehow, but they did
Hey,
beat Clemson.
football team beat Clemson. I think all things are turning up, Guy, right now. Guy's impact has been felt.
That's fair. Guy does need to set up his table on Fraternity Row to get like subscribers for the channel, though. I told him I would purchase him a table, and I haven't heard back from Guy about it.
Honestly, good for Guy. If he was respectfully, if he was still responding to your creative ideas, I'd be a little worried his freshman year is not on track.